Hi guys, good evening. So today we are going to try this ASP.NET program. So here what they are asking. So they are expecting us to prepare a ASP.NET program. There this question should be displayed. So who is the book? How is the book ASP.NET with C# by Vipul Prakashan? Okay. So this message can be displayed by using label control or even simple text, and then we need to display three choices. Okay, so choices can be displayed by using drop down list or by using radio button. um, okay, so the selection of radio button or selection of drop down list is depends on the programmers. Okay, and we should have one button also. The button name should be vote button. Okay, so once the user is selecting the vote button, then the percentage should be displayed. For example, if anybody selected good means, then 100 percentage should be displayed. If anybody selecting satisfactory, then 60 percentage. And if anyone selecting bad, then we need to display some 30 or 20 or 25, like that, some percentage. In problem description they have not mentioned the specific percentage. Okay, okay, let us proceed. Okay, this is the ASP.NET. So I am selecting Visual Studio now. So I have Visual Studio 2022, but whatever the version, that is not a issue. So the selection of project is the important. So click the new project. Here you see, so all project types. Okay, so in this all project type, just to filter web type. As you are filtering the web type, you have to go down and search this. So there, just to get this ASP.NET web application of .NET framework. So here we are going to use C# code, and this web application going to run on Windows platform, and we can host this in cloud also. This is the web category project. Okay, select this and click next. Give some project name. For example, I am giving lab exercise 07. The solution name I am giving some practicals. So solution name is practicals and project name is lab exercise, or simply lab. Solution name is lab and project name is lab exercise 07. Okay, click create. So now we are creating ASP.NET web application. So you can go for the empty type or web forms type, MVC type, but this is the small example, so no need to go for some default templates. So you just select empty type. Okay, select empty type, and you leave the default settings. Okay, like configure HTTPS and other things, you just leave as it is. Don't do any disturbance. Okay, click click the create button, then you will get this message, creating project. So now project is getting ready. So there we have to add web form to demonstrate the needed one. Okay, right. Yeah, we created the project successfully. So this project is an empty project. We may not have any web forms here. Okay, so you just right click the project and add web form there. So how to add the web form? You have to right click the project. Okay, so right click the project, you will get the add option here, and then you just go for the web form option. Okay, click the web form. So here I am giving book survey. So what name I am giving? So book survey. Then book survey.aspx page will be added here. Book survey.aspx is the page added here. You just expand it. So inside the book survey.aspx we can find three files. One is aspx page, another one is aspx.cs, another one is aspx.designer.cs. Okay, so just click the book survey.aspx. Here we can get three views. Okay, one is design view, another one is source view. So in design view we can realize the output of our HTML code, and HTML code will be available on source page. Okay, so this is the pure HTML document. So this will have two portions, one is head portion, another one is body portion. So in head portion there will be a title tag. Just add this lab exercise. Okay, or lab 07. tab 07, and here, so this is the division. So inside the division, I can type the question directly. Okay, so what is the question here? How is the book? Okay. Okay. So here I am going to write. So simple table control I am going to use here. So table. Okay. So if you don't know about table, just go and see the W3 school website. There you can know about HTML table. Okay. Right. So table. So tr. So this is the first row. So on that first row I am adding table data. Okay. So this is the table data. Table slash table. Tr slash tr. Td slash td. So inside this td, I can write the question directly. How is the book? ASP.NET with C# by some XYZ. Okay, so this is the question, right? So in first row I added the question. In second row I am going to add. So add the second row. So inside the second row I am going to add three data. Okay, so one is one for good, another one for satisfactory, and another one for bad. Okay, and in I'm going to add third row also. So in this third row only one cell I am going to add, right? So in second row, so just to keep the cursor in between td and slash td. Td means what? Table data. Okay, right? So this is the ASP.NET web project, right? Go to the view menu, take the toolbox. Okay, under standard category, so here the controls were categorized. Standard category controls, data category controls. There you just take standard category and keep the cursor readily available here, and go there, double click the radio button. Okay, double click the radio button. Okay, and so you bring the td here. Now you see radio button we added, and in second data you add another radio button. So there are two controls similar: radio button list. You can do this same example with radio button list, but um, here I am proceeding with radio button. Okay, right. So radio button 1. So I am adding another radio button here, and in third data table data I am adding another radio button. Okay, and this is the, so I completed the first row with question, and second row with three table data, and third row with single table data. So inside the table data I am going to add button control. So this is the button control. Okay, now everything is fine. So we have to do the namings, proper naming conventions. Here you see, in second row there are three cells, in third row one cell, and first row one cell. Okay, so see here, as you have any knowledge in HTML, you may have some idea about column span. Okay, so column span equal to 3. I am setting column span equal to 3. So it is like so if you are getting some bus ride, so some normal there will be two seats in left side and two seats in right side. But just imagine the situation: some fat lady or man is coming there, and they will occupy two seats, right? No one can sit nearby them. Okay, like the same way you are expanding this table data, like how that men or lady occupying two seats in bus. This table data, what it is doing? So it is getting expanded for three columns. Okay, now come and see. So this single cell is expanding for three columns: first column, second column, third column. Similar way I have to expand this button also. Okay, come and add one attribute. So column span is the attribute. We are including that attribute in table data tag. Okay, so and add another table row. to display the acknowledgement. Okay, so I am adding another table row. So here you do one thing, add one label control. Table data. So where is the label control? So this is the alphabetical control list. So you no need to worry about where the label will be. Okay. So this is the ascending order. You just select the label here. If you want, you can shift this label control to appear as a first item. Just hold your mouse pointer over there and just move upward. Okay. Then a label will come here and keep the cursor between TD and slash TD. Now on go and click the label. Okay. Now label, we brought the label control to the HTML code. Okay. Okay. Right. Remove the unwanted spaces. So in between TD and slash TD, I perfectly placed the code needed for generating the label control. So this is the code needed for generating the button, and these are the code to generate the 3 radio buttons, and this is the plain text I have added there. Okay, now needed user interface design we finished. Now we have to do some additional activity. What are they? Come, let us do that. Okay, so this is the solution explorer. Always the solution explorer will appear in right side. So below the solution explorer we should have the properties window properly placed. Okay, go to the view menu and take the property window. So property window now appearing here. No need to worry, you just hold the title and move the properties window properly here. You can see the anchor buttons when you are moving the properties window. Okay, so in anchor button you will find the bottom, up, left, right anchor points. Okay, so you select the down anchor points so that the property window will be placed properly under the solution explorer. And we forgot to expand this cell to expand 3 columns. Go and expand it. Column span equal to 3. Okay, right. So now we have 4 rows. This is first row and this is second row and this is fourth row and sorry, this is third row and this is fourth row. Okay, now we need to do some formality for each control. Select the radio button 1. Okay, then the property window will start to display the properties of radio button 1. Okay, right, you come down, first change the, give the text to the radio button. So what text they are expecting actually? So good, satisfactory and bad. Okay, you give good. Okay, and the second one is satisfactory. So select the second radio button and give satisfactory, and select the third radio button, give bad. Okay, okay, and following this you have to do one thing. So you provided the text for 3 radio buttons, and the naming also should be provided. Okay, so if any one of your family member giving some delivery, so initially that baby won't have any name. Okay, but within 1 to 2 months you will select some beautiful name and you will do the naming to the kid. Okay, so similarly these controls should be named properly. So select the first radio button. So this first radio button is going to use it to display the good. Okay, so you give the name radio good. Okay, so here we have to follow the camel notation. First 3 letters should describe the controls type. So the RDO describing the radio button, and following that, for what purpose I am using that. To display good I am using. So RDO good is the proper naming convention. Here I made that G in caps. So this is the proper methodology called camel notation. Okay, and select the second one. Start with RDO prefix, and I am using this radio button to display satisfactory. Okay, and select the third one. Give the name radio bad. Okay, right, and select this button. So button now displaying simply the button control displaying button. Okay, you remove this text and give it as uh, vote button. Okay, so vote. right? Even though you changed the text of that button as vote, just to see the name, still it is appearing as button 1. Change it as btn vote. Okay, don't give any spaces like this. If you give any space, you will get error like this. Okay, so the name should not have any space over there, and you select the label control. Okay, so this label control text is simply label. Okay, instead of that, you just change it as hello user. Hello user, select your voting. Select your voting. Okay, right, and come up and give the id for label control. So the label should be prefixed with lbl prefix. Okay, so lbl percentage, because what they mentioned, after user votes, present the result in percentage using labels next to the choices. What they are expecting. So next to the choices. So next to good, I have to display some percentage. Next to satisfactory, I have to display that. Otherwise, next to bad, I have to display that some percentage. Okay. So what I have to do? So I need to change the orientation. Here you see this good, satisfactory, and bad, they are appearing in horizontal order. So I have to bring that to vertical order. Okay, how to do that? Very simple. You have to change the, you just introduce some additional rows. That's it. As a computer science student, you should have some, otherwise, as a web development student, you should have some superior exposure in HTML, so that introducing changing the orientation, hope changing the orientation will not be difficult to you. Okay, so now what I did, so I splitted the single row as multiple rows. Second row, already this is the first row, so now this is second row and third row and fourth row and fifth row. Now come and see the design view. Now everything is appearing fine, good, satisfactory, bad. Okay, right. So but what is their expectation? So I have to display the percentage next to the choices. Next to the choices means what? They are not expecting the result at the bottom. So here they are expecting nearby good, I have to display. Nearby satisfactory, I have to display. Nearby bad, I have to display. What I have to do for this? Okay, so very simple. You just introduce additional rows here. So in every choices row, every choices, so the good, satisfactory, and bad, you introduce some additional cells. Okay, so here I am introducing some additional cells. Okay, so I introduced 3 cells here. You do one thing. We had one label control, right? You just copy this, paste it here. Now you do one thing. Now previously I had this hello user, select your voting here, but now I moved that label to this position. Okay, now you remove this um, label, give the name result one, label result, and come up, you just change the id label result. Okay, give the proper name table result one, because we are going to have three different results. You add another, you keep the cursor here properly, you keep the cursor in second cell. Otherwise, if you are struggling to place the cursor properly here, I tell you another alternate approach. You come and keep, this is radio button good. So next to radio button good, I have a label control. Okay, so next to satisfactory radio button, we introduced additional cell, right? There you bring one label control. Keep the cursor properly there. Okay, what I did, I kept the cursor here and then I went here and I did double click. Okay, then the label is coming, and you keep the cursor in this row also. So nearby radio button bad, you just keep the cursor here and click the another label control. Now you come back. So here you see, so after the vote button I have one row. Okay, so this is that empty row, this row not required here. After you just delete it and come back to design view. So this is the label result one. Here you give result 1 and select the second label. You rename, you give the text as result 2 and come up, give the ID as label result 2 and click this text term. Here you give result 3. So I am selecting the label 3, that changing the label 2's text as result 2 result 3 and label result 3. Okay, see here, this is the what I did. So I brought 3 label controls to the user interface. So this is one label control. You can see, so when you are selecting the control, here the system is saying, so this is the label category control. So this label category control is coming from web controls group. Okay, and this web controls are coming from system.web.ua. So the system.web.ua is coming from .NET, ASP.NET. Okay, right. So I have 3 label controls. This label control is displaying result 1 and its name is label result 1, and this is another label control. Its text is result 2 and its ID is label result 2. And you see this is another label. So this label's text is result 3 and its ID is label result 3. Now everything is perfectly available, readily available. Now we can write the coding. Okay, so user interface designing is finished. Now you can do some background coloring also if you want. So here is the body tag, right? So you just introduce style attribute to introduce the inline styling. So what I am giving, so the background color, I am selecting the background color property. For that background color property, I am setting the value, um, some preferred color. What do you want? Okay, so whatever it is. So I am setting the light pink. Okay, now you come back and see. So your page is appearing in light pink color because I introduced style attribute and there the background color property assigned with light pink color. Okay, so this is called CSS inline styling. CSS inline styling. Okay, now you just select this button. Okay, and double click this button. When you double click this button, you will get the event button vote click. Okay, you will get the event. This is called button vote click. Okay, right. Here you do one thing. So before writing code, you have to confirm in user interface, have you provided the group name property as a result. Okay, so you select the good, there is a group name, um, you give the group name choices. You copy this text and select the second radio button, give the group name as choices, and select the third radio button, give the group name as choices. Now you see all radio buttons group names are same. So first radio button group name is choices and second radio button group name is choices and third radio button group name is choices. Okay, so all the radio buttons, they are having same group name. Once you are giving a group name, the same group name for these 3 radio buttons, they will act as a group so that user can select only one radio button. He cannot select all the radio buttons at a time. If you are not providing the group name, same group name for all the radio buttons, what will happen? The user can select all three. Okay, but that is logically wrong, right? The radio button should be selected only one radio button. Okay, right. So if you have another question like this, so this is one question and three answers. If you have another question and another three answers means you have to group the other three radio buttons with some other group name. Okay, right. So this is the question one and three choices. If you have question two and another three choices, you have to give another separate group name for the second set of radio buttons. Okay, hope you understood what I am saying. Okay, right. Double click the vote here. When you are writing the code, so it is a better practice. You just keep the user interface in visible condition. For that, what you have to do, so here you see your ASPX is available here. Here aspx.cs is available. Go to the window menu, take the vertical document group. Okay, so in this vertical document group, um, you can see the user interface as well as you can easily write the code. Here I am writing if radio good selected or checked, radio button checked. See here, so checked is the property, that is returning the boolean value. If anyone selected the good, then this checked property of radio good will return true. If it is returning true, automatically this if statement becomes true. So then you do one thing. So you assign label result one is sitting against to good. So you set the text property to 100%. What you are setting? 100% you are marking. Okay, put semicolon. So now I am writing else if ladder. So when you are studying C programming or other basic programming, you could know about this else if ladder. Okay. So here what I am doing, radio satisfactory checked. If radio satisfactory checked, then what I have to do? So in result to the text, I have to display 75%. Finally, what I am doing, I am checking the third one, RDO bad. Okay, if any user marked this book as a bad book, then I have to display in label result to I need to display 40% there. Okay, so 40%. If you want, you can change this 75% as 60% if you want. Okay, so any user selected good means I am giving 100%. If any user selected satisfactory option means I am giving 60%. If any user selected bad means then I am giving 40%. So at one point of time, at least one radio button control should be selected. But sometimes what will happen, without selecting any option, the user may click the vote option. That time this else portion should be executed, and I have to display uh, select some item. For that, what I have to do, you come back to the source HTML source view. There add one table row. So below the button row, you add the row, you add the data there, and there you place one label control. Okay, I kept the cursor there and I added the label control between TD and the /TD. Now one come and see the design view, and you make this table data to span for two columns. So here also two, here also two. Because see here at any row we have maximum two cells only, two table data only, so that we can no need to expand more than two. Okay, so this is the label. So in this label I am assigning the text as hi user, hi user, and I am changing the id property of that last added label control as lbl message, lbl message msg. Okay, now you come back to the code window, you start just write code label message dot text equal to please select any choice, any choice, or please give any choice. Okay, right. So now you see, now I will show you the explanation. Okay, one user is coming, so without selecting anything he is clicking the vote button. That time what will happen, these first three if condition will become false and the last else portion will display please give any code choice. If the user is selecting good, then first if condition will get true and I will get 100% against that. If anybody selecting satisfactory, then the 60% will be displayed over here in front of satisfactory. If anybody selecting bad, then what will happen, 40% will be assigned to the result 3, so that I will get 40% against bad. Okay, if no one is nothing is selecting and the user is simply clicking vote option, then I will get some instruction to select any radio button. Okay, so that's it. So we finished our exercise. Okay, right. Now let us check this application how it is working. So run this application. So now I am running the lab exercise 07. So the book survey page, book survey.aspx is running. Behind book survey.aspx I have HTML code, and behind ASPX page I have aspx.cs code. Okay, right. Because of this HTML code only, I am getting this user interface. So in this user interface I have a button. So when the user is selecting the button, so this server side code will be executed and I will get corresponding output in my user interface. Okay, so just a few seconds before I run this application. Okay, so here you will get stop button or pause button. So this is the indication your application is in running state. Okay, so if you want to stop the application, you have to click this stop button. Okay, but this is running in browser. This is the web application, so the output you can expect on browser only. See, so the perfect user interface is coming with light pink color. Okay, now you do one thing, just select this without selecting anything. So you just try to click this vote option. So what you are getting, please give any choice. So what is happening, first three if conditions are getting failed and I am coming to the last else block, so I am getting this answer. Now I am selecting good, I am going to try this vote option now, so I am getting 100%. Okay, and now I am selecting the satisfactory and I am giving vote, so 60%. Now I am selecting bad and now I am clicking the button, so I am getting 40%. See here, so the problem is, first I tried good, second I tried with satisfactory, third I tried with bad. But when I am trying third time, the previous results are getting retained here. Okay, so this should be cleared when I am displaying 40%. When I am displaying 60%, this 100% and 40% should be cleared. Okay, so how this thing can be achieved? Okay, come let us change the server side code. So before executing this logic, I have to clear all the labels what I have to clear all the label controls by assigning the empty text here. See here, so this is not a empty, so you are assigning space there, so this is not empty. So in between double quotation nothing should be there, so that only called as empty value. So result 2 dot text equal to empty. Label, see, as we are giving prefix to the controls like btn, lbl or txt, the benefit of giving prefix is when you are writing code, so your prefix will help you to get the auto listing. So when you are typing lbl, all the labels controls are coming like kids. Okay, first kid, second kid, third kid, like that. Okay, so all the label controls, they will appear one by one, so you can select what you want. Okay, so now I want label result 3. So how to select that? Okay, so in this menu, so you just use the arrow keys, mouse arrow keys, and keep the focus on particular control. By simply pressing the space bar, that control will be selected. Now you keep the cursor nearby that control name and press dot. You will get all the properties are getting listed in this auto listing menu. Okay, right. Auto listing menu displaying all the properties of that particular control. There you select the text control and assign empty text to that text control. Okay, so whenever the user is coming to this vote button, all these three results labels, they are replaced by empty values. Then I will get any one fresh output on that label controls. As well as so very first time, the without selecting anything, the user is selecting the vote button, I will get please give any choice. That message also should be cleared. Okay, so I am clearing three results, label message also. Okay, right. Now so what is expected, that can be achieved. So when you are changing the results, when you are giving the different choices, you will get the exact percentage, not the old one. Okay, so good, satisfactory, bad. Okay, right, good. Okay, so that's it guys. Thanks for listening.